and I have moved locations over to my Narnia shelf to show you all of my different editions of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. In case you didn't know, I am a huge fan of C.S. Lewis. He is in one of my top 5 favorite authors of all time, and I especially love the Chronicles of Narnia. I have read it over and over and over since I was a child. I've probably read it, 20 times, maybe more. And somewhere along the way, somewhere through the years, I just started collecting all these different editions of the series. But before we get into those, I want to make sure that you know that Books for MKs is a charity that donates books to missionary kids. Today's MK shout out goes to Cameron, who is 4 years old. He lives with his family in Israel, and he loves books about cars and trucks and trains. If you want to donate to Cameron and children like him, you can donate to the Books for MKs charity at GoFundMe.com. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that little notification bell. So I'm going to start off right from the beginning with my very favorite editions of the Chronicles of Narnia. And that is this boxed set from the 70s. I'm going to take these all out to show you the covers. The very first one is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The second book is Prince Caspian, showing Prince Caspian's epic battle. My favorite book in the series is The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, an epic cover for the silver chair, which shows the actual silver chair being destroyed. Book 5 is The Horse and His Boy, showing the horse and showing his boy. Book 6 is The Magician's Nephew, showing Polly and Diggory being dragged into another world. And Book 7 is The Last Battle. Now, you may have noticed that I talked about these in publication order. This is a very serious issue to me about whether or not Chronicles of Narnia should be published and, read in chronological order or in publication order. And I am a very staunch supporter of publication order. And that is why this series is my favorite, because as you can see, they are in publication order, with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first. This is the only set that I have that is actually numbered, what I think is correctly, in publication order. And that's why this is my very favorite set. If you want to know more about why I am such a firm believer in publication order and why I think that it is very wrong and very detrimental to the story to read it in chronological order the way it is published these days, if you want to know more about that, there is a link down below to the 2456317 Club, where we basically detail all the reasons why publication order is the best. Now, there's also a weird thing about these. I have 2 more. I have The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and the Silver Chair extra out of this series. I just see them at, yard sales or library book sales or in used bookstores, and I just pick them up. I can't seem to help myself. I just kind of buy them randomly. So I have 2 extras of this exact same edition. I'm a little crazy. Just go with it. The next ones are the ones that I grew up reading. These are the ones that were purchased for me when I was a child. And as you can see, I have reordered them in publication order, and so all of the numbers are mixed up. Here are the covers for these, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I think this might be my favorite cover of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It just looks so wintry. Prince Caspian, again, showing an epic battle. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, showing the Dawn Treader with purple sails. The Silver Chair, I do not like this one because that is too creepy and it freaks me out. The Horse and His Boy, showing the catacombs. This is not my favorite cover either. I think they could have found something better to put on the cover rather than the creepy old catacombs. Gross. Magician's Nephew with a very creepy Queen Jadis, or however you say it. I say Jadis. And another The Last Battle, again showing the stars coming into the doorway. That seems to be a popular cover for The Last Battle. Such an iconic moment. So these covers have a very special place in my heart because these are the ones that I grew up reading as a child. And again, I have the whole series and then I have an extra. I have 2 The Last Battles. Don't ask me why, I honestly don't know. What is the point of that? There is no point. It's just kind of there. I don't know. Don't question me. The next one that I have is a compilation with all the Chronicles of Narnia all together in one big book. I do love this cover. That lion just looks so powerful and yet so gentle. I think they did really well with this cover. But if you look inside, it starts out with Magician's Nephew as the first book. And I'm just like, why, people? Why did you do that? One good thing about this is it does include the Pauline Baines illustrations at the beginning of each chapter. I'm not sure if it has all the illustrations that there are, but it does have at least one illustration at the beginning of each chapter, so you still get to see some of those beautiful illustrations. This one is hardcover, but it's also available just like this, but in paperback. I think my brother has the paperback of this one, but I really like having the hardcover, especially with bigger books. Hardcover seems to last a little longer through the years and through multiple readings. The next ones that I have are all kind of mismatched from different editions and different publishers and stuff. I have 3 that are very mismatched from this edition. Another beautifully wintry cover of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe showing Mr. Tumnus. I also have The Horse and His Boy, but I don't have the dust jacket to that one. And a truly beautiful, so beautiful cover of The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which is my favorite out of the entire series. So I'm always looking for those beautiful covers of the Dawn Treader. So unfortunately, those are the only 3 that I have in this edition. I wish that I had the rest of them, and I'm kind of looking around trying to find them, but it's difficult to find these. I think these are from 1993, 1994 maybe. And I can find them in paperback, but I can't find them in hardback. And I've been really looking for them with the dust jacket in hardback. I wish I could buy the rest of them in this series and, you know, kind of continue this particular collection. I have one random copy of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It is very beat up and falling apart, old library copy. This is from 1950. I think this might be one of the first printings in the United States. I don't think it's a first edition, but it is one of the first printings that was done in the United States. I don't really like this cover. It's just, it's nothing really very special. But I do like that it's so old, you know, that it feels like it's a connection to the past when these books were first coming out. I have a random Prince Caspian that is a teacher's edition with a teaching guide with some questions and stuff at the end. And another random Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I like this one because the cover sort of continues on to the next page. So I do love those purple sails for the Dawn Treader. This is a special collector's edition that the Harper Trophy publishers, you know, put out right before the movies started to come out in 2005. And the next one that I am absolutely dying to get my hands on, the rest of these, is Chronicles of Narnia in Spanish. This is El Príncipe Caspian. I think the covers are pretty good, but I would just love to own all of these in Spanish. I've read them all in Spanish, just on Kindle or something, but I would love to own them all in Spanish. So that's another thing that I need to go online and look them up and try to find them in my bilingual language. The next books are not the Chronicles of Narnia, but they are companion books. The first one here is Companion to Narnia by Paul Ford. Pretty much anything you ever wanted to know about Narnia, right down to the teeniest bit of trivia. Paul Ford knows it, let me tell you. And this is all put together in sort of like an encyclopedia. It's got maps and everything. It's got a lot of different genealogies and illustrations and timelines, and it's basically just the full encyclopedia of everything you ever wanted to know, not just about Narnia, but about how C.S. Lewis wrote it and what were his influences and what were, you know, questions that he later answered, just anything to do with C.S. Lewis's Narnia. It is in here, and I have read this cover to cover and loved it. The next ones are 2 books by Thomas Williams. There is Knowing Aslan and The Heart of the Chronicles of Narnia. Both of these go really in depth into the Christian themes in the Chronicles of Narnia, but both of these are well worth the read, even if you're not a Christian or if you're just not sure about what are all these spiritual themes in the Chronicles of Narnia, you would just enjoy these just because it goes so in depth in all of these beautiful, just the beautiful symmetry in the stories of Narnia. Oh, it's just so good. And those are all my Narnia books. There's kind of a lot. And yet somehow I wish there were more of them. I am still wanting to collect more of them. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite book from the Chronicles of Narnia. And let me know if you agree with me that publication order is truly the best. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.